Here at Light City Church, our mission is to bring the hope and freedom of Jesus to our community. Our community is made up of many different kinds of people with many unique experiences. What we would like to do is show that in the African American community, there is a diversity in every one of us. We will be sharing experiences of young, old, student, professional, blue collar, and everything in between. The purpose is to show that while there are commonalities such as skin color, upbringing, and even experiences with prejudice and racism, no two people are alike. Our differences and experiences are to be celebrated. We bring these to the table, and this helps build our community. These are my experiences being Black in America.
Hi, my name is Halle, and I was asked by Light City Church to kind of share my experience being Black, the Black experience, I guess. And my story is kind of unique because I am mixed, so I've been able to see both sides in my family. I've seen and experienced, all that comes with being Black, but I've also, sometimes got to experience the other side of that. But what comes to mind when people ask me, what's it like? It's just the word that always comes to my head is suffocating, and I love being Black. I love that it's a part of me, but it gets overwhelming because when my dad or someone in my family goes on a trip by themselves, I get worried, what happens if they get pulled over and it's, a racist cop? What happens if, he's walking around in the store by himself and he looks suspicious? There's just stuff that it kind of takes over you, and it's just something that a white person would never have to think of. I can't walk into a store with my hood up just because, but my white friends, they can walk into a store with the hood up and, no one gives them the side eye or something like that. It seems like little stuff, but at the end of the day, it's huge for us, especially in light of the recent tragedies that have happened. It does get very overwhelming to think wow, it just reaffirms, because we know that racism is real and that it's very apparent, but when tragedies like this happen, and they happen frequently, it kind of just reaffirms this is real and this could happen to me or my family. I like to think I'm I'm safe. I'm in a safe community. That would never happen to me or my dad, but I'm sure that's what some of these families thought, and it's like I said, the only word that can come to my mind is just suffocating. You're suffocated with that thought. You think you're safe, but maybe you're not. Or, you think everything's gonna be okay, but maybe it won't, and you're just trapped and drowning in these thoughts. And it's hard, especially when people don't want to listen. I've had even family members, I try and explain what I'm saying now, and they're like, I hear you, but that's not true. I hear you, but white privilege isn't a thing. Or I hear you, but racism isn't as bad as what you think it is. How are you, a white person, to tell me that what I'm experiencing isn't as bad as you think it is? How are you going to discredit not only me, but an entire race that is agreeing with me and saying the same thing? I think that's another really hard part about it. People don't want to listen and they don't want to hear it, and so it kind of makes the struggle a lot more difficult because you kind of feel like you're on your own in this, especially like I said, with me having both sides. I have the Black side of my family and I have the white side, and also friend groups. You kind of feel like they're against you, or they don't believe you, they don't think that this kind of stuff is real. So it's hard. But when I log on to Instagram and I see people posting things and being aware and signing petitions and donating, it's a lot more encouraging, and it's nice to see that people are finally taking action, finally standing up with us. So I have hope for the future.